Hi, this is Dr. Eric Thomas for Middlesex and Nutmeg Dermatology, talking today about a viral infection of the skin that you may have never heard of, but is pretty characteristic, and if possible, I'll try to put a little visual in here beyond my discussion. But let's talk about Mollusca contagiosa. What do they look like? Where do they occur? Who gets them? What do you do about them? To be answered. So they're usually fairly small, maybe twice the size of the head of a pin, could be larger. They're often little, shiny, raised, hemispherical bumps, and they are fairly common in children. Often quite innocently, kids pass it among themselves, usually quite innocently. There is some question about that, but most of the time it's quite innocent. And they usually will develop, the children will develop resistance, and maybe 6 months, mostly they'll go away on their own. Removing them can be challenging in a little kid, 6, 7, 8 years old, so unless there's a big issue at school, they may not be worth treating aggressively. They could be scraped off. There's a blistering fluid that could be used. However, if you do not get them when you're 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, then you're susceptible to it later in life. And the next time it tends to show up, and not everyone gets them because there is resistance from earlier exposure, is frequently in young adult life, and although they're not considered to be a real major venereal disease, they are often contracted during sexual activity. Again, they usually will fade, but it's much easier then, and a little bit of liquid nitrogen will get rid of them pretty nicely, and most people do like to get rid of them because they are technically contagious. Yeah, if you want to wait around for 6 months, but who wants to do that? And there's no guarantee, indeed, that they will go away. Background. Well, the virus that produces them is quite large, and it takes a red dye really intensely. So for all the pathologists out there, as you know, this is one of the most striking, most beautiful types of infections seen under a microscope. So it's pretty straightforward. Most pediatricians are well aware of it and can reassure people and go through the options. If there's anything more you want to see, just look at the other videos on our website. And this is Dr. Thomas signing off from Middlesex Dermatology. Thank you.